So it is now Sunday, and that does mean that Iron Glider has now been unlocked. So from the Maze of Dimensions event, he didn't actually get released until the final day of the event today, which does mean that we are going to be unlocking him now. And he is the final dragon as part of these new dragons that have been coming out for the last month. And that means that we managed to get all of them, which is fantastic. Very easily doable, free to play for all of them. And, you know, he has an interesting set of elements, so I just in general want to have him just in case we ever need it. You know, could come up at some point, maybe arena or something random, I don't know, but he's also quite a cute dragon. I think this is enough for us to get the heroic Joker orbs from the event as part of the collection. There was also a collection where you could get a vampire, but it required 80 of those prisms, which is just, it's a bit too many. I'm not going to be able to do that, even with some, like, the really nice RNG I got on those. But anyway, there is Iron Glider in all of his glory, and he's actually got like a little anvil that flies around with him, which I think is actually my favourite part of this dragon. Look at it! That's his follower! How cute! How very cute. And now, along with Iron Glider, there are actually two other dragons that I was going to go for. The first one being President, because it is a legendary, and being able to get more legendaries, we might not have them come up as often as some of the other dragons, so that's why I'm going for President. And plus we've got keys on this path as well, and another refraction prism and orb, so might as well. But the other dragon I really wanted was Little Volt, because Little Volt is very cute. I don't think he's doable. I think it's close, but not quite. And ooh, 10 gems out of a Raven chest. You know what? Another 5! 15 gems out of a Raven chest. I'm not going to complain. Definitely worth using those bonus ad watches to get the double chests on things like the Raven chest, definitely. Of course, you could also get the Raven dragon out of it, but that's very unlikely. So I will take the gems 100% anytime that they are offered. And you know, the other thing is we can also get a decent amount of food alongside the keys and things as well in this event. I do really like the maze events because although you can't get all the dragons on offer, it lets you choose the ones that you want. And if you're a long-term player, maybe there's only a couple that you still need, in which case you have the ability to choose which to go for. So there it is. Here we are at the end, Mr. President Dragon. He's got a very nice top hat and a very cute animation. Very baller looking dragon. So there is a new one. The runner event, as in the Renaissance run, also did finish recently, and we did manage to get all the dragons out of this. In fact, I even got 80 orbs of the Renaissance dragon. So we got the Piety dragon. We also managed to get ZHC and Renaissance. So there he is in all of his beautiful glory, although the other dragon orbs that we collected are sort of in the way, but Renaissance has a nice little blob of a follower as well, so I'm happy that we got this dragon, and getting his bonus 80 orbs was really, really nice. I did actually manage to get just before the second XL food basket. I did also manage to get my final high score of 93,000 points in the runner event this time, so we didn't quite make it to 100k this time. I kept getting distracted towards the end, but maybe we'll get to 100k next event. I guess now we've got a bigger target to aim for, and 100k sounds very doable, as long as I don't accidentally fat finger, which is what happened during that 93k run. But honestly, I've been trying to get all of the dragons from my inventory hatched, and it takes too long. And plus I'm trying to breed for the clan events for the Morpheus dragon orbs, and there's never the space. Impossible. Even with 6 hatchery slots, it's just always busy. Always. But since those recent events have basically coming to a close now, there's not really too much else to worry about apart from the Alliance chest. I guess we can do some arena fights. Because one thing that I didn't know is that in Pure, apparently in, I think it's stage 2, you can only use epic dragons, which I think is kind of interesting, because it's not something I actually expected, but I do actually have my Millium dragon up to level 39 and empowered, so I think that we are going to have a very good time, even in Pure. But, you know, I don't want to go through the arena leagues too quickly, because although I do like actually progressing and feeling like, you know, I'm going up in the arena leagues, The problem is, when you get to Master, things get a hell of a lot more complicated. And we don't want to be stuck in Master when we've got pretty much every major event requires some sort of arena fights, and most of them. So I don't want to be stuck in an arena league where we can't actually get the fights done. It's kind of like with the league battles. We don't want to be super over leveled because otherwise we're going to go against people with like level 70 dragons. But since we do have Morpheus, which is going to be empowered again, I could take him up to 55. The only problem with Morpheus is that although he has carried me really hard during this game so far, shout outs to the Alliance chess, he's just, he's not going to be as good as some of the other options by far. I still think he's got an interesting first element to have, a really useful one, but we definitely need some others. But speaking of which, we've got Wailing here for completing War, and now we are up to Pure 1. I do kind of like these arena dragons, to be honest. They're kind of cool, and they've all got a nice theme to them. But one thing about arena is that if you have above a level 40 dragon to use, it is just so very easy to get these fights done. Like, we've got Hexed Vampire here, who is an incredibly strong dragon, even though she got nerfed. I think it was a few months ago, you know, that was before I was playing. But she's still an incredibly strong pick, to be honest, even with the RNG on the shadow attack. But you'll see that I can, like, have a level 30 dragon even in this squad, and it doesn't even matter, because Vampire alone basically just... she just pulls her weight on everything. Of course, Pure 2 is going to be slightly different, but... you know, it's definitely doable. This fight here, we're going to fight another Hexed Vampire, but because we do have Az empowered and leveled up a bit more, and she's of course also fully upgraded in terms of, you know, purple 3, so we can easily decimate this enemy vampire, destroy the Vampirina, destroy her. In fact, we're going to get Severin to destroy her instead. Look at that. Absolutely decimated. Oh my god, that was a big attack. That was more than I was expecting there. But yeah, I do enjoy doing the arena fights. I just really don't want to get stuck somewhere. So although I know that it's in my best interest to actually not do any arena fights outside of events, it's just too tempting. It's just too tempting. Like, I want to get the boxes, I want to go against enemies and see how I do. And just in general, see other people's teams. I think one thing that I've learned is that I've only been playing for just over 2 months now since I came back. I think it's just a lot of people really do get stuck at that level 40 level range, especially when we're doing arena fights. You will see some, like I saw a random fight earlier where they had like level 65s, and I was like, holy, stay away, please. But being able to be through this much of the arena in 2 months, I think is a really good thing for the game. Because it means that if you are logging in, doing the fights, and I've been really slow with it, but you could realistically get through the arena super duper quick. It's just, it's not really in anyone's best interest to do that. Oh, are we going to be able to kill this guy? RNG! Okay, yes, very easily. We could have one-shot him, but... you know, I'd rather heal first, just in case we couldn't. But in general, getting Hexed Vampire, the other vampires, and just some decent first element legends, I think has been incredibly important in this game. And again, I can't stress enough how important empowering is. If you are a newer player, it's the difference between absolutely decimating in these events and getting absolutely pooped on in these arenas. Like, the heroic races and that, as long as you can at least do these fights, you're gonna be set. They're gonna be easy as pie. So, get lots of strong dragons from the happy hours, like Hex Thought, and you'll be Gucci. I do think that the Alliance stuff is really the only other thing that I really have to, or want to try and get, you know, fully active in if I can. Because, you know, the breeding stuff and the hatching eggs quest, they're doable when you have 12-hour time skips like I do. I'm very lucky to have that all the time. which means that getting points for this is quite easy. Of course, the hatchery is still going to get filled up every now and then, especially if I'm not doing reduced time of breedings in my Fire plus Terra breeds, because I don't want to log in every 48 minutes. But aside from that, I think the one that I really want to get down one day are the arena fights, because again, lots of people are stuck in a league where they can't do the fights for them, which means that they can't get up to the top amount of points that they could get, which means that we don't get like the 100 plus gems each arena fight or each arena alliance chest. And honestly, getting to the point where you get 110 gems every few weeks just for free, I think there's one that gives more than that if I'm not mistaken, which I think if you can get into one of those clans, which means that you do have to be able to do every single one of your arena fights basically, then you're basically set. Like that's basically a free heroic race as long as you're saving up your gems. I mean, yesterday I spent, what was it, 150 gems on upgrading my breeding mountain, and I've still got 111 now. I went all the way down to, what was it, 60 or 70, and now we're already back up. So I think especially events like the runner events and, you know, the luck in the maze event, sometimes it can just give you so many gems, and you really should have like a fully upgraded hatchery as soon as you can, upgraded breedings and when you can, especially if you don't have those 12-hour time skips like me, because like in 6 minutes I can skip this, but if you don't have the time skips, I think it's even more important in that case that you do get this upgraded when you can. But you know, I've done a lot of progress in terms of general game things like breeding dens, everything like that being unlocked at this point. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I do have some food at the moment and I'm not actually sure who I want to spend it on. I could spend it to put our Hexed Vampire to 45. Is that a good idea? Because I also have our other vampire. Where the heck is he? I've also got High School, which I don't know if I'm going to upgrade, but we have Prideful, who I think is a really good option. He's just, of course, not empowered yet, but he is him. He is Prideful. He's another incredibly strong vampire. Prideful plus Hex together are really, really good, apparently. And I don't know how true that is. I mainly need a really good heroic. That's what I don't have yet. I've got a few different heroics, and soon I'll probably have High Earthen as well, because like if I go trade and we look at heroics, I'm at 65 orbs for High Earthen. It's just I'm not really at the stage of being able to empower any of my heroics at the moment. So, and still, do I really want to be empowering High Sunbringer and High Star if it means wasting the essence and the orbs as well at the same time? I don't know. I'd probably prefer something like High Resolution, or, well, there's a few different options. A lot of good options down here. I know High Whisper is used quite a lot. High Cavernous, I think, is used by a lot of people, but I'm still not 100% up to scratch with all this. Of course, there's HCT, but that can't be used in some of the arena fights later on in Masters. So there's a lot of things to consider. Of course, the answer would just be get all of them 5-head. But I'm still at that stage of the game where we're still quite early on. And High Earthen, I just want him because he's cool looking. Which doesn't help in terms of actual usefulness. But anyway, I guess for now I will save the food until I have decided what I'm going to do with it. I guess we'll upgrade this as well. There we go. We got another habitat to upgrade. Fabtabulous. And speaking of which, I've currently got this fire habitat that takes 7 days to upgrade, which I think is a war crime. Why? Why 7 days for a habitat upgrade? It's absolutely disturbing. But anyway, that's my final comment for today. I hope that you managed to get everything that you wanted out of this month's worth of events. I do have some ads to watch. Maybe we'll get lucky with those. But my storage just keeps going up. Look at all of the legends in here. Renaissance, ZHC, Iron Glider, Cobra Hero, Piety, Electrify. It's just too many. What am I going to do? Whenever I have to breed in these alliance chests, it's just endless. An endless amount of legends that take days. I can't just gem all of them either. Well, I guess in theory I could, but that's not a good thing to do. But, you know, I hope that we can get our hands on some more titans and some actual, like, karma dragons, because the next thing I'm looking forward to is gonna be Master Coin Collector reward. Now, if I end up getting a duplicate rebirth, I may actually end my in-game life. Please do not give me a duplicate rebirth. Look, we could get, I don't really want that. We could get one of these Karma Dragons. Oh, I would love that. Just not rebirth. Even a Prideful Vampire dupe is okay because he is just really good, but please, not a duplicate rebirth. Please. I'm begging you, game. I'm begging you. But anyways, for now, I appreciate you joining me. May the best of luck shine upon thee, and until next time, I hope to see you then.